Okay, hi, it's Julien Barker. I'm here with Brad. He's just telling me he's got a bit of right elbow stuff, although he got adjusted last week and it's actually calmed down a lot, but we'll run through. Certainly one of the adjustments was a lateral humeral head, which is a really good one for dealing with elbow issues and elbow problems. So up we jump and we shall run through. Brad, always good to get on film because he's consistently quality right PD, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's usually nothing too subtle about Brad's PD. There we go. Camera crew just giving you the full, rodeo experience there. So if I just push in, you can see he's right PD, and even if I do the flare, 6-point landing, yeah, very much so right PD. And just if I come up, you can see how it goes right, goes long. Can you see that there at that point? Trying to look down the middle. It's a bit like a rifle sight, if you can imagine the position of sacral tubercle 2 and the external occipital protuberance, and you're trying to view down that line and look down, or looking down the V, and you're trying to see that without being influential. And actually, it's hard to gauge actually when you're watching the film, but when I'm doing this, you want to be as light as possible. You're trying to influence the neurology as little as you can, although obviously you get hold and moving through that, but it should be light. And people have been doing this a lot of times. You can feel when you're lying on the couch straight away because you know they're really light. They don't grab, they're just guiding it through the position rather than actually forcing it through. Okay, so the same is true also for when you're checking the points. Yeah, you want to do it reasonably firm, and I think it's important that actually the person you're doing to, feels that positive touch, and you get a lot into quality of touch is important, and that definitive sensation. Lateral knees, that plays a lot of football. We have quite a big American audience, so that's soccer, by the way, just a round ball, not elongated ball, and no helmets. Don't wear helmets for football these days, do you? No, for soccer, yeah. Squeeze your knees together, and there you go. Is your skin crawling? Me calling it soccer.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go, and rightly so. Easy test for people that are English, isn't it? Just say the word soccer and if they squirm. Yeah. Right hand up behind your back. Swap your hands around. Both hands up behind your back together. Both back down by sides. Take your right hand up by your face. Okay, so I'm getting a little bit of change at L4 and 5. Big deep breath in and out. Left hand up as well. Both back down by sides. Lift the right hip up off the couch. Back down. Okay, right hand by face, left hand behind your back, L1 test. I'm just having a good look around, just to see if there's like an obvious screamer, like that. Both back down by side. So that's the L1, way above L4 and 5, and certainly not an issue. And I think, actually, since we've been adjusting your regular, your PD has actually changed quite a lot, wasn't it? It was low until we first started. Like 3/4 of an inch, wasn't it?
Yeah, something like that.
Something out there, yeah. Okay, so moving up on to L1, yeah, there's definitely some tension in there. It has a certain feel, it feels tight, feels a bit knotty. So for the camera, right hand up by your face, left hand up behind your back, nice and light. Does it make a difference? Yay. Both back down by side. Right hand up behind your back. If you go back and watch the film, you see there was a subtle difference on 4 and 5. Swap your hands around. And back down. I'd say there still is a little bit on 5, so but it did clear 4. As I understand it, the multifidus muscle is linked neurologically what's called homologous linkage. So it's kind of like parallel rather than series. So if you stimulate above, you should clear levels below. If you then go back and you haven't cleared it, well, that's the one you need to do. So turn your head to the right. Lift the right shoulder off the couch, back down. Shrug both shoulders up to your ears and down. Squeeze the right elbow flat against your side and let go. Squeeze the left elbow in and let go. Shrug your shoulders up and roll them back. Ooh, head back into the centre. T1 rib on the left side. I quite like it when it changes and you think you weren't expecting it, and it just does. T1 rib. Setting 2 should do it. Is a T1 rib an adjustment of the upper trapezius? Well, I'm not on the trigger point, but yeah, of course I'm going through it. Turn your head to the right, shrug your shoulders up and roll them back. Better in the textbook, and God do I forget about this one, turn your head to the left, shrug your shoulders up and roll them back. Actually says test it on both sides actually, although hardly anybody I know actually does. Head back into the centre because it doesn't usually show up much. Lift up your head, back down, tuck your chin down to your chest, back to centre. Good, push your face into the couch and let go. Turn head to the left, head back into the centre, stretch right hand to right knee, and back round. Left hand to left knee, and back round. Bit of a left cue out. So always nice when you're adjusting somebody that's basically asymptomatic. You could look at this as we do, that this is wellness care, this is prevention being better than cure. And I think just about everybody in healthcare would agree that prevention is better than cure. And this is very much that. Okay, so let's go for that right elbow then. So push, slight bend in elbow as you are, push the right elbow into the couch and then go. So that is the test for lateral humeral head. Looks pretty good to me. There is a pronation, supination test, and I'm definitely stressing that elbow hard, as Brad can feel. Yeah. A few years of jiu-jitsu as well helps, you know, just feel into that joint. Not really. Okay, so just twist the wrist outwards against me and let go. Okay, just a little personal favourite because it's such a quirky one, the Pronator Quadratus. So sits a little bit, just a couple of inches up, so 1 and 3 inches is in textbook, in between the wrist. And when it's there, it can actually be really quite sensitive. I'm down to setting 2 here. Radial side first. And then the other. Yeah, it's sensitive, isn't it? Yeah, really sore. And if that's tightening up, of course, it's part of that pronation movement. Pronation, supination, pronation. And it can definitely affect the function of the elbow. So, good. Anything else I should be thinking about, Brad?
Maybe shoulder as well.
The right shoulder?
Yeah.
Okay, turn head left. Tip the back of your head towards your right shoulder. Yeah, there we go, head back into the centre. T1 rib, that's probably the trauma of watching Liverpool go out, lose the final, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta be a very traumatic event. So, have hundreds of complaints from Man U fans now, won't we, on the comments here. Let's try the other side, turn your head to the right, tip the back of your head towards your left. Head back into centre. I don't do football really at all, kind of more rugby, but it's nice to know what's going on. So, okay, cool. I shall see you guys next time.